Roger Dodger, this is MC Codger. I am here. I've been driving my big old truck, and I discovered a village as I was driving my truck. I'm going to show you that truck here in just a second. Right now, I just wanted to show you it's getting close to sundown, and I did make this little device that keeps it resetting it today. I've got a photocell here going into a NOT gate, which then activates this this command block, which says set the time today, and that will keep us from going in the dark here shortly. So that's what's going to happen here. I have my friend MC Codex with a camera on his head because his purpose is going to be to provide for us a second perspective on watching my truck drive. So MC, I'm glad to have you here. I'll have you go to your place here in just a second, but this is my truck. Let me show you my cool truck that I made. Looks a little bit like a tour bus, and it drives using this engine here, which is a combination of command blocks that well, I'll just show you what it does, and then I'll explain it to you afterwards. But notice that out here we've got we've got a road that is being built at the same time as my truck is driving, which is so cool. So I'm going to go in here and start up my truck, and MC will get you into position. Let me know when you're there, and I'll start it up, and we'll see what it looks like.
You got it.
The purple block is where I stand when I'm driving my truck. And I've got this, here's my one control stick. I can't steer very well, and it's pretty much got one speed. Well, I can adjust it a little bit, but I just go straight. I don't go up or down. And here in just a second, we should see daylight start.
Okay.
if my little device works right. There we go. Look at that, daylight. Okay, here we go. Are we ready to ride?
All ready.
Let's ride. Uh-oh. Something went wrong.
I sense a glitch.
Uh-oh. Something went wrong.
I sense a glitch.
There's a glitch. It's, well, that's interesting. I am here at the very first one. Why is it not destroyed the ones previous?
It did.
Did it?
Yeah, just took a while. I don't know why this one's not, but let me walk into it. No, this one's still here. I don't know why. But the previous ones were destroyed.
Oh. Well. Oh, wait. They're all destroyed except for
this one.
Well, okay.
It was just a little laggy, I reckon.
It was a little laggy. And that might have been because I've got so many things going at the same time, including my video software.
It was laggy for me, too.
Oh, was that your perch where you were,
yeah.
What a clever idea.
I wanted a good angle. And it did get me one.
Cool. So that is my truck, and once I get, I'll go back and give you more details here in just a second. Okay, let me explain to you exactly how this works. It's a little complicated, but as you can see, there are only 4 command blocks, and it's I don't think it's beyond you. I start out with my switch up here. The purple is just the block that I stand on. That's my pilot chair, so to speak. And this switch energizes this pulse loop. Okay, we've done those before. This pulse loop just keeps on sending command to this command block, and this is kind of my my safety, because what it does is it tests for at P, the nearest player, within a radius of 3. And my only reason for doing that is if somehow I'd made a mistake and got teleported outside the bus, I did not want this bus to keep on going forever and ever and ever. and just lock out my game. So this won't let this work unless I or a player is present next to that block. So then that then sends through the comparator, through this repeater, to this block, which does the bulk of the work. And what it does is it clones my truck, okay, and places it right in front of my truck. So it creates a duplicate truck, just with one block of space in between, in front of my truck. And what I recommend that you do when you, my truck measures 20 blocks long by 9 blocks wide. So when you make your truck, I suggest you put your truck in on a piece of graph paper. Graph it out so that you can see every individual block, and then on that graph paper, put where everything is, where your first command block is, where your second command block is, because the command that your second command block is implementing is going to be relative to its position within your truck. And so if you get it off and just assume that they're all from the same place, it's not going to work right, and things are going to get helter-skelter. So lay it all out and do the math with your drawing on the graph paper. Then once this is done, comes through this comparator, through these repeaters. I have just a small time delay to give the blocks enough time to be sure they're formed in there. And then the third block is what teleports me as the player, and it teleports relative to the player's position, not the block's position. I had to experiment to find that out. So it teleports me 21 blocks ahead of where I am. In other words, right there into the cockpit, into the driver's seat of the truck that we just cloned. Teleports me into there, and then once it's done, it sends its signal through this comparator and this repeater with a slight time delay to this block. And what this block does is it destroys the bus or the truck that I was just in, the one behind. So it fills it with air. And once again, make sure that that fill command is relative to this block and that it encompasses that truck. Well, why is that truck still there? Here's the cool thing, which is also my one problem, is whenever I stop, I always stop with two trucks. The truck I was just in and the truck I just came into and turned off the truck. Because this block hasn't had a chance to activate yet. I put a button here. Watch what happens when I push the button. See that? There we go. It sure enough did get rid of that truck. But it had not activated yet because this one had not activated yet to teleport me to the next one. So it won't activate until I get into the next one, if you see what I'm saying here. So that's how it all works. And I have to say, the fact that I put the road right beside it and went ahead and included this road in the clone command, this is the fastest I have ever made a road. It's phenomenal how fast you can lay down road and explore new territory using my truck and the road that my truck builds. So anytime, whatever I need, whenever I stop, if I want to go back and see where I've been, all I have to do is open my chest, pull out one of my mine carts, put it on the rail, and head on back and see what's going on. But if you do decide to do that, I just suggest you turn off these last two powered rails so that whenever you finally do ride the rail back here to your truck, you won't end up in the drink. So that is my truck, which is so cool. So I am going to turn it on one more time and just see what it looks like with a different, from a slightly different perspective. Let me turn us back to daylight here. Okay, daytime. Let's turn it on. Ride it one more time as we go out into the sunset. And until the next time, this is MC Codger saying, tell your friends about my truck. Go ahead and build one for yourself. Tell your friends to subscribe. I'm trying to build my subscriber list, and we will see you next time.